Ready to go.
Let's go.
Anthony Albanese is a man with...
This plan, a comprehensive plan.
And just like his rival,
Our plan.
he's got the pamphlet to prove it.
Today, I announce Labor's plan to create jobs, cut power bills, boost renewables and reduce emissions.
Labor pledging to reduce carbon emissions by 43% by 2030.
604,000 extra jobs. Electricity prices fall by $275 for households.
To get there, it'll upgrade the electricity grid, slap a discount on electric cars and give the government safeguard mechanism the teeth required to actually enforce emissions caps for large companies. Scarred after the hammering at COP last election, this plan comes with a price tag.
$683 million.
This morning, the PM made his feelings known before the policy was even officially released.
A 43% target isn't safe for the Hunter. It's not safe for Gladstone. It's not safe for Bill Bay.
Scott Morrison slamming the target as he made his own climate-related visit to Snowy Hydro today, unveiling a giant bore.
It doesn't get much bigger than this, Angus.
Compare the pair,
Our plan.
and Labor's new 2030 target is far more ambitious than both the coalition's actual target of 26 to 28% and its forecast reduction of 35%. But there's a pretty big bore.
Oh my God.
A big but.
I like big butts.
Not that kind.
The climate crisis is getting worse, but Labor is going backwards.
Compared to Labor's own target last election, this one is weaker. It also falls short of the Business Council's target of 50% and the Greens and Climate Council targets of 75% emissions reduction by 2030.
These targets see Australia heat by over 3 degrees during our kids' lifetime, which is game over for our country.
Labor has also abandoned its previous election pledge on fuel standards to increase the uptake of electric cars. So will Labor's new climate
Plan.
prove too little,
Labor has given up on climate.
too much,
I don't agree that that's the right policy.
or just right for voters?
Now, we did invite Labor's Anthony Albanese, Chris Bowen and Richard Marles on the show, and they all declined. But the Climate Council CEO, Amanda Mackenzie, joins us tonight. Amanda, do either party's emissions targets get us to net zero by 2050?
Our analysts at the Climate Council have crunched the numbers on both parties' policies, and the coalition doesn't get us to net zero until after 2100, which is pretty grim. The Labor Party's new policy announced today would get us to net zero by 2050. But what we're arguing is you actually need to do it a lot earlier than 2050. We're already seeing fires like the Black Summer fires. We need to be dealing with this issue much sooner and getting to net zero decades ahead of where both parties are talking about.
Amanda, give this policy a rating out of 10.
I'd give it a 6.5. It's definitely a step up. It's not what we need in its entirety, but there's solid policies there that can be ratcheted up over time, and it's definitely much better than where we've been.
Amanda, Labor has released this plan on a Friday at the end of the last sitting week of Parliament of the year. What does that tell us about how proud they are of this policy?
Yeah, well, I think we've had a long time of neither party really wanting to talk about climate change. So we're happy any day that there's a conversation going on about climate change and what we're going to do about it as a country. So we're welcoming an announcement, a step forward, but arguing we've got to do more.
But come on, that sounds a bit diplomatic to me. I mean, the timing of this suggests they don't really want to have that big conversation you're talking about.
Well, I think we do have a history of having very big scare campaigns on climate that have been full of inaccuracies but have scared certain communities around the country. So I wouldn't be surprised if Labor's a bit gun-shy about it. But we do need bold leadership, and I think it's time to see federal parliamentarians be brave on this issue and put it first. The climate independence, those campaigns that are now happening right around the country, picking up people that are saying we need some vision on this issue. And I think both parties will suffer where they don't have vision and capacity to say, hey, we can deal with this issue.
All right, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.